Dun, 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 dun. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Tina G in the building. Hello, everyone. Just getting up here a little bit early so I can set things up. How y'all doing on this nice Sunday? It's a great day. It's a great day. Thank you so much for joining Talks with Tina G podcast. We got about maybe like 4 minutes. Play a little music. And we're going to get right back into it. Let me hit this button. All right, cool. So, hey, y'all. We are live. We got about 4 minutes before everybody get on. So, what I'm going to do is, I got 3 minutes. Play a little bit of music for us. Y'all know I like to hear me some music. Make sure my mic is good. Make sure my camera is good. Hope y'all having a good Sunday. I know I'm having me a good old day. I don't have no reason not to. Welcome. Let me play a little music real quick. While we get on here, let me see what we can play real quick. See how to skip this video over here. Let me see what's going on. Let me see what they're talking about. Play something real quick. Hello, y'all on TikTok. I don't own the rights to this music. Let me clear that up. Let me clear that up. Let me that's little baby. That's the little baby on there. So I hope y'all having a good night because we're gonna have a good conversation tonight. I'm so excited. Let me get right into this thing. Welcome everybody who joined on TikTok. It's a lot of y'all. I can't say all y'all name at one time, but thank you so much for joining. I'm ready to play my promo. Oh no, I don't want no lie. I don't want that. Hi Nene. Got my mod. I'm ready to play my promo. I know some of y'all can't see it, but I'm gonna play it, and then we're gonna get right into it. Welcome, everybody. It's Talks with Tina G podcast, and we are live, and we're ready to go. So, without further ado, play my promo video. I want to welcome everybody to the Talks with Tina G podcast. If this is your first time watching us, we are here to educate, entertain, and empower you. And that is it. Educate, empower, and entertain you. That's what Talks with Tina G podcast is about. So tonight's topic is, why don't people take domestic violence as a serious matter? That's tonight's topic. So take these glasses off because it look like y'all can see inside of my glasses. But that's what tonight's topic is. Why don't people take domestic violence serious as a serious matter? But before I get into all that, I'm going to give a shout out to my sponsors. Um, One of my first sponsor is TG Consulting, where we at TG Consulting, which is me, where we help you publish your books. And I'll just show a couple books. This is my first book. My Smile Was My Cover Up. This is my second book that I self-published. The first book was published by Author House. This is my second book that I published, which was a follow-up to the first book. Good read, good read. Ebook, you can print it out. Good read. I have some copies. My third book is a play that I wrote called Satan Has Many Faces. Very good book. Like I said, this was a play that I wrote about church. It dealt with a lot of things: church, AIDS, domestic violence, all in one, and I put it into a book. But this is a play that I wrote, self-published. This is another book that I have online, 11 Simple Steps to Start a Business. And so that you can find that online. It's on Amazon. And this is my book that I just recently released, The Wider the Smile, The Deeper the Deception, which is my first. This is my first urban book. So I'm working on a couple other things. That's just a little bit. One of my sponsors, which is TG Construction and Consulting Services. My next sponsor is Classy Tina G, where we do 360 photo booths. If you're looking for somebody to do your event, birthdays, bar mitzvahs, proms, graduations, we do it all. We'll come take pictures. If you want them to spin on the photo booth, I can come and do that as well. So we do that as well. I'm trying to fix my head because I got to be cute for the camera. I can't mess up. Anyway, so that's another one of my sponsors. Today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to shout out three of my cousins that are authors. My cousin Jackie Hardison, she has a book called Mom Your Wig. And then she has another book called Boy No Means No. My cousin Janice Pitt has a book, My Grandmommy, Brother, and Me. And then my cousin Larry Carroll Jr., he just released his book, and it's called The 48 Laws of Dating. So you can find all those on Amazon, I'm sure. And if you have any questions or you want to know where to get the book, just shoot me a DM, send me a message, and I will get you to the right person, whether it's that my cousin or direct you to right to the website, which I will probably go back and post at a later date. Definitely want to shout out Bridget Knits, who does my knits that you've been seeing me in pictures with. And I'm going to come back. I'm going to take a break. I got some more sponsors, but I'm going to take a short break. I want to get into this subject of why in 2025 that we don't take domestic violence serious in 2025. So this is a passion of mine and been doing this for many, many years. I am a survivor of domestic violence. Went through some situations a while ago in my younger age, went through some situations with some people. And one of the questions that was always asked of me is, why did I stay? Right. I don't know if people understand when they ask that question to a victim, why did you stay? Because it's something that you cannot explain unless you have been through it, right? So, and I know I had this conversation recently the other day with someone, and they really don't understand, why victims stay. And I'm not sure if they will. It wasn't like a debate, but I'm not sure if they will ever know because um it's just one of them things that you cannot, like, I can't explain it. I can, but I really can't explain it in depth, right? So I'm gonna give y'all some examples. Y'all know I'm gonna give y'all some examples. I'm just trying to see if some more people gonna hop on because I'm a little early. I don't do stuff late. I like to be on time. But what I did do is I did take some notes down. So hey, Linda from Maryland, thank you so much for letting me know where you're tuning in from. So tonight's topic, Linda, is why don't people take domestic violence as a serious matter? And just recent, we saw something unfold with a couple on Facebook. Um, they were arguing, and I don't want to really speak too much on their situation, but they were arguing, and then it went, the other way. It was a tragic ending, and so that just um, sparked me. Like, why is it still in 2025 we don't take that serious? I can give you a couple stories. Even back then when I was going through domestic violence and had to go get a stay away order and have the stay away order torn in my face because it's just a piece of paper. Um, you get a copy, they get a copy, the court get a copy, and that person tears it up in your face. So it's been going on for a long time that it's not taken serious unless somebody die, right? I was told we can't do anything unless he put his hands on you. Well, that was done and nothing happened. That was probably in the 90s. And it's the same way as nothing has changed, right? I know we have a lot of people that we vote for, um, council members and everybody, and me having an organization, the Tina Grounds Foundation. I have been doing everything on my own for many, many years because people don't know who I am. Um, and that's kind of sad because I work around the clock. If somebody called me and need me, um, I'm going to support them the best way I can. But because I am a small organization, I was told people don't know who you are. Um, the first thing they ask you when you call these people, I'm telling you, for me, I don't know what anybody else does. If you got a story, please put it out there and tell me where I can get my organization that I've been working with young ladies and young girls for many, many years by myself doing fundraisers or whatever I have to do. Um, that I don't. Do you have the first thing they'll ask you is, do you have money? And I'm like, do I have money? So that whole world is, you have to know somebody to know somebody to know somebody to get something to get your name out there. So I'm taking the footstep path, which I'm just going to keep working on the ground, keep helping as many people that I can, the best way that I can, until something else pop. But yeah, I call many people, many council members, and they put me with different people, different organizations that get grant funding for things. I wanted to build a shelter, and I was told the first thing they asked me, like, do you have money? That's why I'm calling you. But it's just sad that that's the way they look at organizations, smaller organizations anyway. So just wanted to get that out the way. Hey, Brittany. Hi, my little niece. How you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. But yeah, it's just I wanted to give you all a couple of examples when people say, why do you stay? Right? I wrote down a couple things because it don't yeah, it does bother me. If you know somebody that's going through something, please don't ask them why they stay. That's like insensitive, and you may not realize that I'm telling you that. Don't ask nobody else that no more. That's crazy to me. And I want to ask y'all a question, right? And then y'all can chime back in and let me know what's y'all answer. How many people out there say they tired of their job and they leaving? How many people say they leaving their job and it's been 5 years? They said that 5 years ago. They still at that job, that same job. Still at the same job because you're not leaving until you get another job that's better and paying you more money. So people say, why do you stay? Why are you still at that job that you hate so much that you go to every day and it's been 5 years and you've been saying, I'm leaving this job? Just one question. Anybody can answer that. You can type something in. It doesn't matter. You can definitely call in if you want to get on the call. The number is 301-715-8592. And the ID code is 892-111-1508. And you hit pound and you can come right in and I'll put you on the call. But that's just one reason. And people are, still dealing with domestic violence like every day. Men, women, young girls, young boys. And we still don't take it serious. Even the other day, that incident that happened on social media, and I know people was laughing, and even they were laughing, and it just broke my heart um, that people still take it so lightly. It is not. It is just a really, really serious matter. Um, how you doing, Miss Blocker? I'm glad you got my notification. I'll do that every week. So I was just the tonight's topic is, why don't we take domestic violence as a serious matter? And we always ask people, why don't they leave, or why did they stay? So I want, if somebody have a reason and a comment to put in there, please type it in so I can read your comment. If you were ever in a domestic violence situation, and why did you stay? I want to know that, if you can share that with us tonight. So I was just speaking about people asking people why they stayed. And I just gave an example of us always talking about we're going to leave our job. We hate our job. I hate this job. And it's been 5 years and you still at that same job that you hate. You ain't leave yet, right? And then we have people who are with people um, who are being mistreated, who are being cheated on, um, complain to their friends and family all the time about them, but they didn't leave yet. But you have a nerve to ask somebody why they stay. So I just want us to be mindful of the comments that we make to people when they're in this situation. You have no idea what it is to get out of a situation, out of a domestic violence situation. It is a long process. Um, I'm gonna give you one more example, and then I'm gonna talk about some sponsors and let people let this soak in, and then just let this soak in. So another one is, you have that friend or those friends, right? That you call. This is my good phone number. You have those friends that you call your good sis, your BFF, um, all this stuff. Treat them like family, and they could care less about you, but we still hold on to those relationships. And don't nobody ask us why we leave. We stay for our own reasons, right? So be mindful of the things that you're going through, and you're in those situations, and you have a nerve to ask somebody else, why would they stay, or why did they stay, when you've been in those situations yourself? In one way or another, whether it's your job, I'm just giving you examples, whether it's your job, whether it's that friend that you have, whether it is that spouse that you're still with, that boyfriend, girlfriend that treats you so bad that you're still with. right? So just be mindful when you ask people that question, right? We're gonna get into more stuff, but just wanna I wanna slow walk this one tonight because we might have a part two. Because I already know it's not a lot of comments right now, but I know when I get off this live, my phone is gonna ring. I'm gonna have to put people in line to talk. So um Miss Blocker says she had to stay until she finally could leave. Let me see if I can put her comment out here so people can see it. She had to stay until she could finally leave and had to go into hiding. It didn't end there, but eventually it stopped. Right. But you had a plan. You went into hiding and it didn't end there, but eventually it stopped. And people don't know that it is not easy to just leave, to just up and leave. What else you say? He threatened me. It was a rough time until he finally moved on. And it is like a mental thing when they get tired of all the chaos. That's a good point. So he got tired of all that stuff, and then he finally let you go. But it was his choice to let you go. Even though you wanted to move on, he was like, he not letting you go until he let you go. And people don't realize that. And I took some notes. I watched that live the other day and I took some notes like um when the young lady was saying to the Frenchman, she was telling him to go take your big pill for your mental health and things like that. Like those are signs. Like he admitted, he had beat her before and things like that, and his other person, not bringing him up because God rest their soul, but it's just the fact that we play with people emotions. You can't play with somebody when you know things like that about them. That's what I'm trying to say. If you know that this is not the first time he's done this, if you know he's on medication for anything, you can't just play with people and like make fun of them. That's just something you can't do because it seemed like he just snapped. Hi, Miss T, how you doing? Mr. Juan, how you doing? So it seemed like he just snapped, and it's like you can't play with people. And I know, sometimes things happen and we think we can do this and do that, fight people, and sometimes you just can't play with people because they will snap. Because just think about us. We've been through so much stuff, and the people who haven't been through stuff, great. But the people who have been through stuff, um, you ever hear somebody, and I say this sometime too. I'll tell you in a minute. Don't make me mad. I'm nice, but don't make me mad. Right? People have so much stuff bottled up inside. Because I was sharing with somebody that people snap, right? But people don't snap. They just have that stuff all bottled up inside of them. Just waiting, like just waiting to explode. It's just all bottled up inside. And they just like waiting to explode. And I think that's what happened. Like people just explode. Like if you had a tragedy happen to you and you've never had counseling, you've never talked about it, you never really got over it, let somebody else do something to you. You're gonna explode. We like one argument from an explosion. Think about it. Oh man, so let me see. Let me see what you say, Miss Blocker. Say, along with beating me, he used to lock himself in the bathroom and threaten to kill himself. I would just leave. Next day he would take me shopping. Now pitch that. Now this is somebody, this is real. Threaten their self, threaten to kill their self so you can feel sorry for them, right? This is what Miss Blocker saying. Somebody threaten their self that they threaten to hurt themselves so you can feel sorry for them, and the next day will go shopping. Tell me people don't have stuff on their mind. He will make you feel sorry for him, but he want to hurt you. That's that's serious. That is really, really, really serious. So let me just share some of the impact of victims. I'm gonna share a couple things because maybe people don't know this, and that's why they ask questions that they ask, right? That questions that they ask. Impact on victims, right? So domestic violence can have severe physical, emotional, and psychological effects on victims. It can lead to long-term health issues, trauma, and even death. And we're seeing death as like number one, trauma number two, and the health issues number three. So that's the impact of a victim, right? Um, never it's definitely controlled, Miss Blocker, definitely controlled. Just reading some stuff. The cycle of violence. If domestic violence is not addressed, it can perpetuate a cycle of abuse that affects future generations. Children who witness domestic violence may be more likely to experience or perpetrate violence in their own relationships. And I know y'all heard that before. I know I dated a guy, and after we broke up, um I got out of the situation and found out that he saw that. He saw his dad fight his mom all the time. So it's like he did what he saw, basically, and the mom stayed, so he figured that's love. um I'm not sure we I've experienced that. After someone fights you, they tell you that they love you, and they kind of keep us there, that connection, when they say I love you, right? And then you associate that violence with love. It's deep. It's real deep. It's real deep. And like she said, domestic violence is not always physical. Um, you can have someone that tear you down verbally, that you don't even like yourself. You don't feel good about yourself. You don't think you're worth anything. You don't like how you look. You don't like how you dress, anything about you, because they didn't tear you down so much. So the verbal abuse goes a long way. So if anybody experienced any verbal abuse that would like to share, please do so, because I think that people are just unaware of how much it happens, because it's such a taboo subject, right? It's such a taboo topic to talk about. People don't want to talk about it, right? So let's see what Miss Blocker said. Miss Blocker said, one time he beat me in front of a friend who did nothing. Next day, she just apologized. And so that brings me to another question that I was going to ask. If you see your friend getting assaulted, would you jump in, or would you just say you're going to mind your business? That's what I was going to ask that question. Wow. Miss Blocker got story. Miss Blocker said we went to counseling and he beat me that night for telling the truth. Mm, mm, mm. Now that's See, people need to see this and hear this, and I think I need to have my event this year in person. Because I've been doing it since COVID online or either at my house or I think I need to have like a big event and have people come out. One year I had a pastor come out and he did the prayer for my event. And he sat there and listened to a couple stories. And when it was over, he stayed for the whole event. And when it was over, he came to me and he said he was literally crying. He was like, Tina, I did not know that women went through this. He said, I told my daughter to stay. That thing about to make me cry. But yeah. Um, dang, that about to make me cry. But anyway. So what's making me cry is that people are so I don't want to say naive, but they are just so, I guess because he's a pastor and he went with the Bible, you can't get a divorce and all this stuff, but people don't read that Old Testament that says you can get a divorce um, for abuse is in the Old Testament. But he came to me literally in tears and told me he told his daughter to stay, right? When she told him that her husband was abusing her. And he felt so bad. He just said he didn't know that people went through that. He literally was in tears. And that just broke my heart. And so every year he was like, please, when you have your event, let me know. And I still to this day let him know when I'm having my event. And he still show up when he can. And that's just one example of people not realizing how serious domestic violence is when you tell your own child to stay in a situation like that. Um, this is a deep conversation, and I did this before. I've been, like I said, I've been doing these Zooms and stuff for many years on domestic violence, especially when COVID hit. And one of my topics was girl code. So I want to ask you all, do you all have a girl code for your friends, for your family members, for your kids? So my kids know, I have two daughters and a son. My two daughters know that if they call me and hang up, that's our code, right? So if you have family members, loved ones, nieces, nephews, you need to get a code that you all understand, like when they're in trouble, that they can call you. I had one, I had this is making me tear up because this is what I do is talk to women all day and night. I don't broadcast it all the time, but this is, my heart is, this is my passion. So my code was Pepsi because I like to drink Pepsis. So I had a young lady call me and say Pepsi. She's like, "Hey, Miss Tina." And she was like, "Yeah, I want to get a Pepsi." And then I was talking to her on the other end so that that person who was listening would not attack her until I got there, right? So you have to come up with some codes because this thing is real. Domestic violence is real. It has not gone away. The laws have not changed. You still get that piece of paper. You may get 6 months. It did change a little bit as far as you being threatened. Um, they call that stalking, but it really, they didn't change. They didn't really change. Um, they got a little bit better with finding people places to stay until the boyfriend come and get them. Um, really didn't change. Uh, not at all. But yeah, domestic violence is real. You probably know somebody that is in a situation right now, or You know somebody that is hiding that they're in a situation, and the way you can tell is because they've been distanced with you. They can't really talk to you anymore. They are really isolated. You may have a situation where you see somebody not really taking care of themselves like they normally would. You see somebody with their spouse that really can't talk. If you say how you doing, they gotta look at him, like look at the person and be like, "How we doing?" Or, "Do you want something to eat?" If y'all at a family event, what you want? You know what I'm saying? So there are signs. There are definitely signs. So get a code to save that person's life. You can be saving that person's life. So I call them girl code. You can call them what you want. That's when I was talking to young ladies all the time. But you can you can um have your own code. And someone on IG said, yeah, that is true. Like people think domestic violence is just putting their hands on them, but that's not. It's emotional, definitely financial. I know people right now that they stand because the person is the breadwinner, right? And they can't afford to leave on their own. Um, and I get that, and it's been like that for years. It's been like that for years, right? It's sexual. It's so many. Um, Domestic violence is not just somebody hitting you, right? It is not. It's emotional. The emotional and the verbal, probably one of the worst. Like somebody can emotionally scar you so bad that you will stay away from your family. You see somebody stay away from their family, they just gain weight, nerves bad. Can't come around you. Nothing wrong with nobody. I'm just saying they gain weight because they eating. You know what I'm saying? Like their nerves is bad. Just eating, not taking care of themselves, just nervous all the time because of what somebody else is doing to them. It's really, really sad. Breaking my heart. But I'm gonna take a quick moment. I'm gonna read this poem that again I've my friend Gwen Swan, she's the author of many books. You can just Google her, Gwen Swan. She got a lot of books. I got a couple. Through Your Adversity, Stand Strong, From Broken to Blessed. She got a whole bunch of books, but she wrote this poem for me. I'm gonna read this poem that I think we did like a Women's Day on the Zoom, and I honored women. And I'm gonna read this poem for y'all real quick. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. So, um, I'm gonna read this poem. It says, "Don't you fall for the lies. You don't ever apologize for being who you truly are. You continue to stand strong. The hell with those who tell you you don't belong. They've never walked in your shoes. They have no idea what you're going through. They tell you you don't take care of yourself. Tell them you would love to. If others didn't depend on you so much and took care of their own self, they ridicule and shame you because your body is not that of a teen, forgetting that you birthed and cared for children, lost many nights' sleep, worried and managed everything. They want you to believe that a natural you is not beautiful. Well, bull. You're unique, beautiful, and strong just as you are." I'm getting emotional. Can't read it all. Anyway, let me try. Whew, okay. Don't let that ignorant point of view fool you. You realize exactly who you are. You are God's masterpiece, wonderfully and beautifully made. You are loved and enough. That's the way He made you. If you trust in that and trust in Him, He'll see you through. We are warriors doing our battle in prayer. Remember, you are never alone. Mm. God is always there. So next time this world or you're worried and trials get you down, remember you are a warrior queen. Now, sister, wear your crown. So we did that poem for Women's Day, and I just wanted to read that poem to um, everybody that's watching or is going to watch, because men can wear crowns too. They are kings too. So, hey, Tanya. So, yeah, I just figured I would read that poem because sometimes in domestic violence, you may have gained weight because you had kids, right? Take my glasses off. You may have gained weight because you had kids and you may have picked up a few pounds, but you're taking care of everybody and not yourself. And that could be, a issue that caused an issue. You had kids, you gained weight, he don't like it, now y'all arguing, and that's emotional, right? Emotional and verbal, because he's probably calling you fat, he probably calling you all kinds of names, so you feel bad, and it's just bad. It's just not always physical. I just wanted to put that out there. So hey T, tonight's topic is, why don't we take domestic violence as a serious matter? So I want to read one more thing about, and I know sometimes, like Miss Blocker said, that the person said he would kill himself. He might have threatened you. He might have threatened kids. So a public health concern for domestic violence is a significant public health issue that affects not only individuals involved, but also families, communities, and society as a whole. Addressing it can lead to a healthier community. And so that's why I'm saying, like, I really do need to do my event this year, because we need to, I'm going to always continue to speak about it. But if more people are aware that they can talk to somebody about it, like, you can call me anytime and talk to me about anything, right? But they need to know that they have someone to talk to. So what I was saying was, we should have a girl code. So my code is, if with my daughters, if they're in trouble, they call me and they hang up that phone. And they know, I know that they're in trouble, right? So you all need to get some type of code for your family members who may be going through something. And it may not be to go there to do anything like drastic or anything like that, but it could just to be go get them out of that situation for that night. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yes, Tawana, we do need to take um domestic violence seriously, but a lot of people don't. And so that's why I just wanted to have this dialogue, and address any questions that people may have about domestic violence, and anything that we want to talk about, anything that anybody would like to share. Like Miss Blocker, she shared some things that she went through dealing with domestic violence. But again, this is a deep, deep topic. So I'm gonna take another quick break. I'm gonna talk about a sponsor. Can't forget my Donna, Miss Fluffy You. Go and check her out. She got all the furs and the hats and the fluffy slippers. Don't forget Miss Tanya. She the best braid in DC. I think she's doing a fashion show. And she's going to be a braider. She got her braids in magazines, New York, everywhere I look. She on somebody billboard. She doing some fashion show. She do hair so good. They'd be like spiders or a whole house on your head. Like, I don't know how she do it, but that's what she do. So Tanya Cole, if y'all need somebody to do some braids, or y'all having a fashion show or anything, y'all need some hair pieces designed with hair that look like a house or a car or anything, a tree. I done seen a tree. Oh, you gotta make me a tree for my trees anyway. So yeah, you gotta make me a tree for my trees. But yeah, Tanya, she's a good stylist, natural hair. She do a mere dreads and all that, retwist, all that. She do all that stuff. So holler at her. If you need her information, let me know. I'll type it in the chat. So let me see what Gwen's saying. Let me see what Gwen's saying. Let me see what Gwen's saying. Let me see what she's saying. Am I correct in thinking that when parents tear down children, say a father tears down a daughter or his mother tears down a son, this will be yes, 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 and yes. This will be considered abuse. It's not domestic is partners, family, sister, brother, cousin, mother, father, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, mother, daughter, mother, son, nephew, uncle is domestic. Abuse is abuse. Cussing, emotional, financial, sexual, physical is abuse. So, yes, a father tearing down a daughter is domestic abuse. Maybe I can say domestic abuse because when you say violence, people think you talking about swinging hands. Domestic abuse. We can go with that. Yes, that is domestic abuse. And yes, that can follow a daughter for a long time to feel bad about herself and not feel that she's worth anything because her father is the one who abused her um verbally. Yes. Domestic is domestic, abuse is abuse. Yes, ma'am. A father can definitely mess you up, and a mother could too. You know how many when you know how, man, whew, you know how many guys could tell you that their mother never hugged them, and so they don't know how to give you that love. If you hug them, they be like, because they're not used to it. When I had my son's to Suits event, that's the first thing I did. I gave all the little boys a hug. That's what I do at my events. Give them something that they are missing, right? So yes, domestic abuse definitely is a mother tearing down a child and a father tearing down a child verbally. Yes, definitely. And I'm sure it affects people in different ways in different areas, but it's definitely domestic abuse. Oh man, this here right here, I didn't cry about 3 times. Whew, yeah. Mm. I want to play this. I want to play something that I want to play something that I got from the movie. And this is something that we need to stop doing. Stop telling people this. This was from the movie. Hold on, put my glasses on. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. I think it's on YouTube. I think I got it on YouTube too, but I'm gonna play it on this. Hold on, wait a minute. This is a scene from the movie. And this Whitney Houston. Wait a minute. Whitney Houston. Mama told her that's a good man. So I just want to play a little clip of it real quick. Let me just wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. I need to make it. I'm smart. I work hard, and I'm a good person. If I allowed myself to think like you, I guess I'd be a dead woman. You should be proud. I'd rather live alone than crawl up behind some two-timing loser like Kenneth. He's a good man, Savannah. A good man. He's just in a bad situation right now, and he's trying to get out of it. Mama, I tell you what, why don't you fucking out? Did y'all hear that? I hope y'all did. He's a good man, Savannah. This here right here. He's a good man, Savannah. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. He's a good man, Savannah. But that's like, we know that people may not be good for us, right? And that definitely was domestic abuse, right? Even though in this situation he was married, but he was still abusing her, right? Not showing up on time. She can't really go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? She got to stay in the house. Um, so that's kind of like emotional, right? Because you really thinking he lying to her all the time. So it's not always physical, right? She thinking he gonna leave and be with her, so her emotions all high. Man ain't going nowhere. That mama said you should stay. He's a good man, Savannah. So sometimes, like I said, we just gotta be careful what we say. We have to be careful um, how we talk to people, because we don't know what people going through mentally, right? And that's basically all I wanted to talk about. A controlling mom. Yeah. That goes back to what Gwen was saying. Domestic abuse is domestic abuse, wherever it comes from. And she controlled her, and she was a grown woman. She called her mama for everything, right? So that's another thing. Sometimes we got call on God. Don't call on mama. Call on God, because he gonna give you the right answer. So sometimes we guys do that. Keep people out your business. I'm sorry. Anyway, this was very good topic. Might bring it back next week. It's a taboo topic. People don't want to talk about it, but I see the views. A lot of people watching, but they don't want to talk about it. But I think I'm gonna have an event. I'm gonna go ahead and book my little room where I normally have it at. So y'all can come out. A lot of people, y'all can come on out, support the event, and here's some real stories. And that way, maybe you'll be have a little bit more empathy towards people. And that's what I talked about this morning, having some empathy towards people. And that's true too, Tawana. She put sometimes you don't get good advice. Like when you don't get good advice. Yeah. Because some people tell you quick to leave, and that's not good advice. Not right off the hand. You tell somebody to leave that situation, you can get them killed. And that's the truth. So we definitely have to be careful when we tell people to just leave that situation, because it's not that easy. The same way it's not that easy for you to go get your new job. You know how y'all say, "Oh, I'm getting out of here. I can't stand this job." It's the same way. It's the same way. I just want to thank you all so much for joining Talks with Tina G podcast. This was a um, deep subject for me, and just a lot going on. And I know it's like nobody really want to talk about it, but we need to talk about it. And maybe you can help save somebody's life. I'm going to continue to talk about it because I'm here to help save somebody's life, right? Don't take people for granted. If they show you who they are, believe them. If they tell you they're going to do something, believe them, right? If you need somebody to talk to and you have that special person that you can talk to, create a girl code, right? Again, like I said, oh, I love you too, Moni. Like I said, my daughters, we have a girl code. So get you a friend that have a girl code. My young ladies that I talk to, they know their code is Pepsi. They can call me, they can be talking, and they can say Pepsi. And I know to go right in. You okay? You safe? You this, you that. I know to go right in. So I have a code. So maybe y'all need to create a code with somebody. Um, that may be going through something. And it may not be physical, it may be emotional, it may be verbal, but they may need your help. Don't make people feel bad about what they're going through, because you will just push them further and further into that person's arms. This is from experience. Don't say, oh man, I will leave them. Da, 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 da. Don't do that. You're going to push them right into their arms, and they're going to be mad at you. So don't do that. Have some empathy. Be that person that they can come to and talk to, and confide in. Be that person for somebody else if you're not dealing with that. So be that person for somebody else. Be that sounding board. And this all goes back to another episode that we did on should you randomly give your opinion. You don't have to give your opinion all the time. Somebody that's going through may just want you to listen, because that other person not listening to them. They may just want to vent and scream and just get it out, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? So be careful, be mindful of what you say and how you treat people. That's all I got. This was a great topic. I know people are going to go back and watch it. And if you do, and if you want to leave a comment, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in to Talks with Tina G podcast. Again, this is a podcast to educate you, to empower you, and to make you laugh. So without further ado, I thank you all so much. Can y'all believe this is episode 14? I can't believe it. This is crazy. For those of you who have not joined my YouTube, please go and subscribe to Talks with Tina G podcast so you don't miss the next episode or any episodes that I have coming up. Definitely go on TikTok and join the TikTok. So if you're not able to get on YouTube, you can get on TikTok. So I'm streaming live on TikTok also, Talks with Tina G podcast. Thank you all so much for rocking with me every single week, even if it's for a minute. I do appreciate it. I don't take it lightly. Man. Yeah, this is like an emotional topic for me. So let me get off before I keep crying. So yeah, thank you so much though. I'm gonna play my outro and then I'm gonna let you all go. But again, thank you so much, and I'll see you all again next Sunday, same time, same place, and I will see y'all soon. I'm gonna play my little outro and then I'll let y'all go. Thanks again. My dreams come true.